Hi guys, long time. Welcome to Digital Marketing Locker Room. This is your host Priyank Jory, and today we're going to be discussing about the two different paths which you can take in order to boost your digital marketing career. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about these methods. Let's call them A and B for now, and then what we'll do is measure them on the basis of the job prospecting which you can have from them, the career kind of a graph which you can get from it, and the other usual things. This is going to be a very fast video. Please feel free to stop by and write a comment if you do not understand anything, and we'll take it up from here. Okay, so the two methods which we are going to be talking about are, first of all, is generalizing, and the second one is specializing. Okay, so you could either be a generalist or a specialist in one of the fields of digital marketing. One quick side note, by the way, you might also jump from one side to another side, and or maybe just continue with any one of these sides. All right, now let's very quickly jump into the definition of these two. Not a definition, but what do they mean, right? So specializing means that you will pick up one or the other stream of digital marketing, and you will go ahead and try to become a master in it because your 100% focus is going to be there. Now, this could be SEO, this could be social media, this could be anything else for that matter. Jack of all trades, master of none. That is the person who is doing its generalization in digital marketing. Okay. Let's jump in very quickly. If you do not know about me, my name is Priyank. I've been a digital marketer for almost 11 to 12 years now. And I have done everything. It could be freelancing, it could be an agency owner, and I have also been employed as a full-time employee at a lot of places. Okay, so let's get into the pros and cons of these methods. But just a side note here, what could be an advantage for me, or in my terms, could be a disadvantage for you, and vice versa. So please do not take it on the sides of as an advantage and disadvantages. Take those pointers, but see if that applies to you or not. Okay, so the first thing which we're going to do is we're going to be talking about the advantages of specialization in digital marketing. Okay, now the first advantage which you will have if you're specializing in digital marketing is that you will be perceived as an expert. So for example, let's say you have only done social media in your first company, second company, third company, right? So you, in the fourth company, whenever you're going to be giving an interview or something of that sort, you'll be considered as and perceived as an expert, okay, in that particular area. Okay, it could be social media, it could be SEO, whatever. So that's a very good plus point, because if you're facing if there is another resume of a generalist person, he would not be able to compete with you in terms of your social media knowledge. Okay, so that's point number one. You're perceived as an expert. Point number two, which actually comes up as a add-on point to it, that you will be given a weightage if the job description by the company is clear. That means a lot of the times companies do not know what do they actually want in a digital marketer. Okay, now they might just need a guy who could run things out for them on social media or on SEO. Okay, but they're still going to be targeting, if the JD is clear, that means the JD which you read, if that is clear, you're perceived as a expert, and you will be given a weightage over a person who's doing generalization in digital marketing. Now, third thing is that, which is going to be an advantage again, is that you are very, very clear about your job and responsibilities. Okay, you will not go from one place to another place or try to manage multiple things at one time, right? You will do that, but still is going to be there within a limited scope of the work. Now, let's get on to the disadvantages of specialization. Okay, so now the one problem which I feel is a problem, could not be a problem for other people, is that you will only work in structured teams. Okay, now you're a social media person, there's another SEO person, there's another PPC person, there's another head of digital marketing. So you will only be able to work in that kind of an environment. Okay, so it's a bad thing for me because I like to dip my toes in everything which I could within digital marketing and sometimes outside also. But leaving that apart, if you are one of those person that who would want to work in a very structured team, specialization is a good thing for you to take forward. Okay. Now the second disadvantage which you will have, that individual contributor jobs will not be for you. Okay. So a lot of companies come up and they ask that a person who's doing a generalization in digital marketing. Okay. So because he would be able to handle multiple facets, with as much as not with as much accuracy as probably a specialized person can, but he will be able to cover a lot of aspects. Okay. So with that, those kind of jobs, if they come up to you, that is not something which you should be taking on, or a person should be even hiring you for that. Okay. Because you know what you do well. So better stick to that. Okay. Now this could be a disadvantage again. This could not be a disadvantage for some of you guys. For me, it is. Okay. Now, the one problem which I believe with this specialization is that you are dependent on your field for the pay rise. Okay. So pay rise, or even if you're going to get any pay or not. Okay. So for example, let's say one of you guys who's looking at it is a Facebook marketer, or a WhatsApp marketer, or a Telegram marketer, whatever, right? And what if Telegram dies down in your company, in your country, or maybe all around the world, or the company just goes away? Okay. This is what we saw happening with a lot of the people who were calling themselves TikTok marketers, right? TikTok got banned in India, and then after that, they can't do anything about it. So being stuck into a specialized role could come with that kind of a drawback. Okay. So analyze where your field is going in the next few years at least. Okay. Before you choose a specialization. That is one tip which I will give you. Okay. Another thing is that, now this is in terms of career growth and money perspective, that you will never become a head of digital marketing, but you will always become the head of SEO, and the head of SEO or head of social media will always report to head of digital marketing. Now, when that happens, the chances are that the person who was doing his generalization is the head of digital marketing, but you're the head of SEO. Okay. Two very different things. There might be a pay parity also there. If you're happy with your field, you like your work, great, go ahead and do that. If you think that you got stuck at a certain point of time, there was one video which I made about pivoting in your digital marketing career. You can watch that later. Okay. But stick around for now. Now, I hope this was helpful in terms of specialization in your digital marketing. If you are liking it, if you have any questions, go ahead, write it down in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, and also if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Okay. All right. Very quickly. Let's get into the advantages of generalization. Okay. The advantages of generalization is that startups are going to love you. Now, startups going to love you. A lot of people do not like to be a part of startups. They want structured company, large company, company with a brand name and all of that, right? I'm not one of those people. So for me, it comes up into the generalization bucket that startups will love you. And since I work majorly with startups, it's a plus for me. Okay. Because for startups, you will be able to cover a lot of things. Now, moving forward, another thing which comes in the job prospecting part of the people who are generalizing in their careers is that there will always be more openings for you. Okay. So for SEO or social media, there will be lesser openings because the startups usually hire on the sides of digital marketing. So the job openings are lesser for, let's say, social media person or for the SEO person, but you will always find that there's a plethora of digital marketing jobs which are available. Okay. A quick LinkedIn search on this and you will be able to see the results and you'll be able to guess that. One thing which is good about generalization is that you learn as you go. Okay. You're always experimenting with yourself. You might be liking SEO right now, but if you're generalizing your career and moving towards a broader term, then you might fall in love with, let's say, pay-per-click advertising later. Okay. You will not get that opportunity if you're specializing. So that is something which you might want to look forward to if you are specializing in one career. Okay, you might not like it after a few years down the line. Then what will you do? Another thing which I talked to you about, and I think I've already covered that up in the previous segment, is that the chances of growth are higher, right? The corporate ladder for a person who is a generalized person or doing its generalization in digital marketing has a longer ladder to climb. Okay, so head of, or let's say digital marketing manager, VP, head, VP, director, chief marketing officer, you have a longer climb if you're a generalizing in your career. But with a specialization, you might just go into the head or AVP or VP of social media or SEO or whatever. Okay, so you have a longer climb. That also means that a lot more struggle and a lot more money as well. Okay, now let's come over to the disadvantages of generalization, in my opinion. Okay, now first of all, the one disadvantage which I've seen is that you will always go with the flow, and instead of doing what you love to do. Okay, now the company needs this in digital marketing, so that will need to happen through you, but you are actually enjoying doing another project, right, or another stream. The second thing which is there, that you might repeat the same playbook everywhere. So if you're working in startups, if you're working as a digital marketing manager only, right, you will solve the same issues again and again and again. Okay, this might happen in the specialization part also, but since I'm a generalist, I would be talking about the part of, I have done that before. Okay, I had 3 clients, I had to do the same thing for all 3 of them, so there was no learning. That's why I'm saying that you might have to repeat the same playbook everywhere. Okay, now moving forward, do drop a comment, yes, if I helped you in any way from this video. And if you have any questions, the comment section is all yours. I've already told you that. But there is one question which will obviously come into your head, is that generalizing seems tough, specializing seems not very good in a long run. So what are we going to do, Priyank? I mean, help us out here, because after watching the video, I'm also confused, right? No, that is not it. There's a middle part to it. I'm going to talk about that middle path in another video. It is termed something else. And in order to watch that video, make sure that you have subscribed already and ring that bell notification, so that you get the point, right? I will very quickly go ahead and release that video out as well. That is something which is right now turning into a phenomena of the people who reach to the highest high of digital marketing careers. Okay, so don't miss out on that one. I hope you had a good time. I hope you learned something. See you around again. Bye.